Well, another feature for you now, and we're going on a visit to the Elms Kennels at Send near Ripley in Surrey. The kennels have recently been purchased by well-known owner John Davis, whose Farlow Melody was beaten in last year's Irish Derby final. Well, a few Sundays ago, John had an official open day, and he had quite a few visitors, as you can see. To start with, the kennels are catering for resting and lane greyhounds, but John has got an owner trainer's licence, and the plan, one day at least, is to train a few open races for himself. As you can see, there's lots of scope, and planning permission is already in for an extensive training gallop. John's a builder by trade, and that's bound to be a help, isn't it? And he's showing our Clive Lawrence around the kennels he recently refurbished, and this block takes 40 greyhounds. Don't be surprised if in, say, a year or so's time, the Elms Kennels are sending out a few winners. John owns not only Farlow Melody, but also the Axe stud Slippy's Quest, and I know that some of his offspring are going to those kennels.
I'm here with John Davis, owner of the Elms Kennels. Now, John, I know you've got your owner-trainer licence now. John, what are the initial plans for the kennels?
Well, initially we're going to just keep it to resters and bitches in season, you know, lame dogs. We'll start off that way, we'll see how it goes. Lisa, my daughter Lisa, she'll probably be the sort of mainstay of the operation. If it works out and we can get the kennels reasonably full, we'll probably maybe have a couple of dogs, me and my comrades Terry Fletcher and Dave Tickner. If we decide we want to have a couple of open races or something like that, and maybe, as I've got an owner trainer's licence now, there's a possibility we might just have a couple of dogs for ourselves for a bit of fun, you know. That's probably what we've got in mind initially anyway.
Now, yourself and your partner's been involved with some very good dogs in the past, namely Slippy's Quest and currently Farlow Melody. Give me some news on those two dogs, John.
Well, Slippy's Quest is at stud now. He's mated his first bitch, Kiloney Magic, a few weeks back. She's had a nice litter of 10 pups. He's also mated a bitch called Elf Arrow, who we understand's produced a couple of good litters in the past. We're hopeful that that's taken. He's also mated another bitch, one of Matt O'Donnell's good brood bitches. We're hoping that takes, and I understand there's another two lined up at some later date, with a possibility of another two from this country. So we're pretty pleased really with the way things are going. It's early days yet, but there's not much doing in the mating game at the moment, but we're quite hopeful, and you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed. And he's in at £150 or a pup from the litter, which we think is pretty good value at the moment, and we'll just wait and see what transpires on that score. With Farlow Melody, we've got Farlow Melody. He's with Matt O'Donnell still. Our plans are to run him in the English Derby. Firstly, the Easter Cup at Shelbourne Park. If everything goes well, we'll hopefully bring him over for the English Derby. Well, really, we'll probably leave the dog in Ireland, and his racing will be there this year. And we'll see towards the end of the year whether we can, you know, whether he'll be retired. We've also got another young pup called Tetsi Knight. He's unfortunately reached the final of the Munster Puppy Cup. He's with Matt O'Donnell as well. He had to be withdrawn from the final, and we're pretty hopeful Matt can get him going, and he seems to be going well in gallops at the moment. And well, hopefully they'll be our two dogs for this year, but they'll mainly do all their running in Ireland. So you know, we'll just keep our fingers crossed and hope we have a bit of luck, you know. Farlow was a very good dog last year. We had tremendous lot of enjoyment with the dog, and hopefully it can be repeated again this year. So that's our main idea for those two dogs. Yeah.
So that's news from across the Irish Sea, but back to the Elms Kennels here, John. And can you tell us really, whereabouts are they based? Give us some sort of geographical idea, and how much would the charge be a day if a trainer wanted to bring a rester or a bitch in season here?
Well, we propose charging around $3.50 a day for resters and bitches in season. The kennels are located at Ripley, just off the A3 and about a 5-minute drive from the M25, so they're pretty central. That's M25 junction 10. Well, basically that's the location. Pretty central to most London tracks really, and outlining tracks, you know.
So pretty handy for most trainers south of the river then.
Well, we think so, yeah. We think it's a nice ideal spot here, and we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we hope the thing gets underway and we can make a go of it.
Well, it's good to see a prominent owner actually making a go in the kennel business as well, and I wish you the best of luck, John.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much indeed.